I'll be honest with you guys. I hate the summer. I hate the summer. I hate the sun. I'm a winter person. Bring on the snow. Bring on the heavy rain. It's like 32 degrees in the UK and I am boiling. I feel like a chicken being roasted alive. But anyways, Juventus are linked with three names. Three names that can improve them. Three names that can strengthen them. I feel like the time has come, especially soon that we're approaching the month of July. It's time to get some deals over the line. The Serie A campaign is just around the corner. And Juventus, they need to strengthen. Now, who are the three names? Jonathan David, Laporte, and Wesley from Flamengo. And then you've got the drama regarding Dusan Vlahovic. Okay, let's start off with Laporte. Laporte, funnily enough, is one of my favourite centre-halves. From his time at Sevilla, then he went to Manchester City. Oh, he was a solid player at Manchester City. Like, I mean solid. Fair enough, towards the end of his time at Manchester City, he was phased out of the picture because of injuries. They had just gone out and signed Ruben Diaz, Akanji, Nathan Ake. He wasn't really playing much. But Laporte, you see when Laporte went to Al Nassr in Saudi Arabia at the age of 28, 29, even I was sat scratching my head and I was like, how did no other team across Europe grab him? Yes, injuries, but it's not as if he's injured for the entire season. He might be out for 1-2 months. It's all about managing his minutes. Laporte is a top centre-half. He's gone to the Saudi Pro League and he's maintained that. And the fact that he now wants to take that step down financially, okay? Let me word that correctly. He wants to take the financial step down from Saudi to go back into some of Europe's top 5 leagues to play football, to play in the Champions League. It says a lot about his mentality. But for me, Laporte is a top centre-half. And I couldn't believe, like I was sat thinking, El Nasser, how much are you guys really going to ask for Laporte? Maybe 30, 40, 50 million. 15 million? 15 million, and it's being reported that he wants 4 million per season? This is a signing where I don't need to see Damien Comolli, Igor Tudor, Elkan. I don't need to see them stringing it along 4, 5, 6 meetings. One meeting, you conclude the whole deal. He's not asking for much. El Nassr aren't asking for much. And he ticks every single one of your boxes. Every single one of your boxes. From having a centre-half that can play on the left-hand side, one which is left-footed, one which is experienced, one which can handle the pressure of playing for a top team, and one that ticks all the financial boxes. Like, I feel like sometimes some deals, some packages, the demands financially, it doesn't require for a deal to be dragging out for 4, 5 months, for 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks. And I've always said this, the longer you take in negotiations, the more you open the door for other clubs to enter the frame. So on Monday, it might have just been Juventus and El Nassr. By Friday, if the deal isn't concluded, Villarreal might be involved. PSG might be involved. I don't know. I'm just trying to think of teams from the top of my head. Brentford are involved. Marseille are involved. Listen, if you're there, get the deal done. And I'll be honest with you guys. Top signing in terms of experience. In terms of ball play, and I'll be honest with you guys, Laporte playing out of the back, in my opinion, even till now, is still one of the best in the world. That dude's left foot is a one. Like, there's a clip on YouTube, if anybody wants to go watch it, on Pep Guardiola speaking of the importance of Laporte in his team. And he says when he has the ball, everybody knows to go 5-10 yards forwards because he's the one centre-half in our backline that can find you. Laporte, Laporte, number one, 15 million, 4 million a season, 30, 31 years old. It's a bargain. I'll be honest with you guys, it's a bargain. Like, Juventus needs to grab him, and it's also being reported. I can't remember if it was Atletico Madrid or Athletic Bilbao. Juventus have moved ahead of them in the pecking order. They need to get this deal over the line. Like, they have to. And if they do, it's a step in the right direction. Now, who's next? Let's go Wesley. Wesley's a name that I never ever thought of. Funnily enough, even before the Club World Cup, there were some rumours of Juventus being linked with a player called Wesley from Flamengo. So I made sure to keep my eye on him throughout the tournament. Now, yes, it's the Club World Cup. Not many teams are giving it 100%. He does play for a relatively weaker team in comparison to all the other teams in the tournament. He's a good player, I'll be honest with you guys. He's a good player. But is he a necessity? Like, do Juventus really need Wesley? In my opinion, no. I'm just keep being completely honest with you guys. Whether he was an amazing footballer, a bang average, mediocre footballer, or a trash footballer, I don't think Juventus need another wing back, especially when you bear in mind Alberto Costa, it looks like he's here to stay. Timothy Weah can play in that position. Yes, Wesley is an upgrade in that wing-back position than somebody like Timothy Weah. But if you struggle to offload Timothy Weah, there's no need. Like, don't get me wrong. If it was being reported that Wesley would cost 5 to 10 million, I'd say go for it. It's being reported Flamengo want 25 to 30 million for Wesley. It's not really making sense. Like, I'll be honest, Juventus are better off getting Dodo from Fiorentina for 25 million. At least we could turn around and say, he's Serie A proven. He's done it week in, week out. I don't know what it is. Like, I always tell myself, players coming from the Brazilian league and making that step into a European league, 9 times out of 10, they struggle. 9 times out of 10, they struggle. Like, how many players have made that jump from the Brazilian league into a European league and flourished? The only people that I could think of from the top of my head are like Neymar, maybe somebody like Oscar that went to Chelsea. Those are the only two that are really like coming to mind. Robinho, he came from, is it Santos, straight to Real Madrid. Like, there's not many. What's that striker called? Inter signed him a few years ago. Big goatee. Is it Gabriel Barboso? He went to Inter from, I don't even know what Brazilian team he went for. But he went to Inter. This dude was scoring goals for fun in the Brazilian league. I think they shipped him out after 6 months. I don't know. Signing players from the Brazilian league, taking them into Europe straight away with a lot of demands, a lot of expectations. I'm not really a big fan of it. And I'll be honest, 25 million for Wesley. Good player, don't get me wrong. Brighton are looking at him. Manchester City are looking at him. Like, it tells you he's a good player when those teams are looking at them. Especially when you bear in mind how strict they are with their scouting, and 9 times out of 10 they recruit the right player. But 25, 30 million for a club that I've just read has 60 million to spend on transfers if they don't sell anybody, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to pay 50% of what you have on a wingback when you've got Alberto Costa, who's seriously showing like serious levels of growth. I'll be honest with you guys. And then you have to bear in mind, if Nico Gonzalez doesn't get sold, he's another player that can play as a wingback. So you've got options. You see what I mean? Thirdly, Jonathan David. Now it's being reported him and Juventus are beginning to see eye to eye. He only wants 6 million per season. As wild as it may sound, he's practically asking for 50% of what Dusan Vlahovic earns, okay? It's being reported today that Juventus are about to make a move for Jonathan David, regardless of what happens with Dusan Vlahovic. That, for me, tells me whether Dusan Vlahovic goes on to score a hat-trick tomorrow against Real Madrid and starts the Serie A campaign on fire, he's not part of their plans. Because at the beginning, a few months ago, I was turning around saying he has to be sold in order for Juventus to sign a replacement. Juventus are making it crystal clear to Dusan Vlahovic, to his agent, whether you're here or not, you are not our main number guy. It might be Jonathan David. Second on the list will be Kolo Muani. If you do stick around just to collect your money and to be a mercenary, like, let's be honest, okay? As much as I like Dusan Vlahovic, I'm not really a big fan of the way he's behaving. I don't support this at all. Yes, we could turn around and say, was it his fault that Juventus offered him this package and then he put pen to paper? But I'm just thinking, like, self-accountability. Like, look at yourself in the mirror. You're not wanted here. When you do play, you don't deliver the goods. There's clubs across the world that want you. There's some that are willing to offer you more money than Juventus are currently offering. Take the step down. Go to another team in this area. Like, let's be real, you're footballers. You guys practically wipe your asses with cash. I don't get it. Like, over an extra 3-4 million. Yes, I'm not in their shoes. I might not be the best to speak about this, but I'm just looking at it and thinking, if you love the club, if you care about the club and you want to see them prosper and you want to see them grow, and you know your financial demands are holding them back, and there's clubs across the world wanting you, make the jump. Make the jump, leave. Fair enough. If nobody wanted him and nobody was willing to pay him what he wanted, we could always turn around and say, listen, nobody wants him. Well, what do you want him to do? Terminate his own contract? Like, let's be real. He's not that good of a Samaritan where he's going to terminate his own contract. Teams across the world want him. I read a report today that a team in Saudi is offering him 12 million net. Fenerbahce have offered him 10 million net. 10 million net. Milan are apparently willing to offer him 6 million. Yes, it's a drop down, but you're still staying in Europe's top 5 leagues. Look, when you're not performing, you have to accept you have to take a step down. I don't mean in terms of club, I mean in terms of financial package. If you're not delivering the goods, don't expect anybody to pay you that amount of money. And with Vlahovic, I look at myself and tell myself, this dude is sticking around because he knows he can't earn that money in any team in Europe's top 5 leagues because his performances Don't warrant it. Like, let's be real. If he was to go to a negotiations table, he can't sit down and tell any board member, any sporting director, give me 12 million. Are you mad? Are you mad? Give me 12. Based off what? You can't even control a ball. You can't even, like, what? Mr. Serbian trampoline. I don't know. But look, Juventus, they're looking serious. It's good that they're making the step in the right direction, which is whether he stays or not, we still need to look out for ourselves. Do you see what I mean? Like, you need to put yourself first. And they're telling themselves, listen, we're not taking the gamble of nobody signing you and then going into next season being relying on you when you've shown us what you can do over the past 12 months. We want to make sure when the Serie A campaign starts, we're good. You see what I mean? I got steak at home. You see what I mean? I don't know. Maybe it's like it's an English joke. You guys might not get it. I got steak at home. I don't need McDonald's. So when it comes to Dusan Vlahovic, it's being reported that Juventus are about to move for Jonathan David. Jonathan David's a good coup. I'm not going to turn around and tell you guys he's this amazing footballer, but he's a good goal scorer. He's a good goal scorer. He'll definitely improve the team more than somebody like Dusan Vlahovic. And I feel like it allows Tudor to now play in a variety of different ways, which is he can go dynamic, he can go vertical, he can go over the top somebody like Kolo Muani. Jonathan David, he's more like the drop deep, hold up the ball. But listen, you've got yourself two strikers that have one thing in common, which is they both want to be here. They both want to prove themselves. Kolo Muani is probably trying to prove himself to earn himself a permanent move to Juventus. Jonathan David is the marquee signing. So, of course, you need to prove yourself. That is a step in the right direction, regardless of Dusan Vlahovic. Because Dusan Vlahovic doesn't want to be here. He's just here to collect his money. So, anyways, those are the three names that Juventus are linked with. Time will tell. But the Laporte deal for me has to get done. It has to get done. Now, if you're new, make sure to like, make sure to subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on another one.